everybody all over the world. Hello and welcome to HiGPS number 276. The OP Heavy, as you can see, with the Gru, the Fists of Steel, and the Sandwich. So you could choose between a couple of loadouts. One was being this one, or you could have, the Tomislav, or you could have the Gloves of Running Urgently. And this is in the series we're doing of OP loadout. So the reason it's OP, and a lot of people seem to confuse overpowered with I don't know what else they use. Like, people seem to have their own definition. So I'm going to give you my definition of what I mean with overpowered, in case your definition is different. So what I mean with overpowered is that it is so good there's really no point in using anything else. If you use anything else than this at any point in time, you will be worse off than using what is overpowered. Like, if you use the thing that is overpowered, in most situations or in all situations, it will be better than all other choices. That's what makes it overpowered. What makes it shit is if it's never good ever. Alright, that's the two is different. Always good at everything, always, or close, and fucking butt stuff shit bad. Like, it's so bad it doesn't even go in the toilet. That's how bad it is. That's the scale. And then in the middle you have the balance, which is what you want. So first off, of course, Gloves Running Urgently, it makes you run faster, and of course it is a problem with the whole balance thing. Let me just show you real quick. So a soldier, when he goes quicker, like, he jumps, but you sacrifice health. Same with the Demo Man. If you go Demo Man, oh well, I used the sticky jumper. Whoops, that's bad for example. But if I use this thing and I do a jump, I lose health as well as I gain speed. And if I go Scout, let's see if I go Scout. Well, I'm pretty weak. I don't have a lot of health, but I can run fast, and I have to get close in order to do damage, right? So that's how I sacrifice the speed. However, Heavy is slow as fuck. But then people decided that, hey, if you just put some gloves on him, we can make him into a race car. Almost like this one. Why is it red and I'm... What?
What?
Alright. That's interesting. So you run at almost the same speed as normal classes like the Sniper, Engineer, Pyro. Yeah. And you don't take any damage, but you take potential damage in terms of that. So instead of sacrificing actual health, you're sacrificing potential health. The problem with that is if there's no one around, it's better than the Fists always. And most of the time, from your spawn and to where you want to go, there usually isn't anyone, ever. That's why it's kind of good. And also, the other fact is, of course, the Fists of Steel. Like, you basically turn it, this is like the rock move. It's like, I'm a rock, I can't hurt you because I'm using melee, and you can hurt me less. So I'm basically a rock, I don't move any faster, but I can do this. And if I try to switch, oh, you see how slow that was? This is the normal switch speed. And then you can shoot. But with this thing, so slow. Unless you switch to the Sandwich first. But they're like, oh yeah, so it's like, it punishes you for using the Sandwich. If you throw the Sandwich away, then it will be slow, right? Yeah, or you could just do this. The downsides of the weapon is pushing buttons on your keyboard. That's how you negate the downsides of the Fists of Steel. You push an additional button once or twice, depending on your loadout. And you can even set up macros to do this for you. So it's even faster. Why? So, could you imagine if you could just push a button in the air and then you took like a third of the damage you normally would? Could you imagine if that was the case at any point in time with any class that I like to play a lot and that I whine about all the time? Could you imagine? Or could you imagine it's like as dumb as like taking the Demo Man and just removing all his bombs. Okay, enough of this shit. Okay, so that's basically it. You guys know the drill. So the reason the Sandwich is OP is I think it heals too much. Like, I think it should just heal 300. And that's it, no more, no less. So it means if you get shot at while eating the Sandwich, well, then you're screwed. Sucks to be you. All right, so let's go into the demos we have today. And first up, it's gonna be Rattle Wrench, just showing us off the strongness of the Sandwich, because you can actually, when you throw it, it turns into a medium, or it acts as a medium health pack for your teammates. but not you, enemies as well. However, if you stand on a health pack, you get your health, or the sandwich replenished. And you can basically turn medium health packs into large health packs. And we're gonna see Rattle Wrench do that. So we're gonna start off. And also I wanna give a big shout out to my buddy Ice Bear, who has made me a little plugin. Oh, there we go, random crit. Of course it does the same amount of damage, and you can see he now spends the sandwich, and there's a little health back, and now he has the sandwich again. It seems totally fine to me. Like, sandwich or shotgun? That's a tough choice. Maybe the sandwich? Yes, I wanted to give a shout out to Ice Bear, who's made a plugin that removed all those fucking commands in demo files that I kept complaining about. And then he does it again. There we go. Keep in mind, he could also throw it and then pick up the other health pack, so then he has essentially healed himself, thrown the health pack, and yeah, turn a small health pack into a large health pack. And of course, random crits are fair when we get them. And then he's with his friend Nurse, who was present in many other demos as well, and he goes in and just does heavy stuff. He shoots, and then he makes a friend. Tries to throw him a sandwich, but can't throw it high enough. Sees an enemy medic, tells him to get out of there. Sees a scout, kills him. Sees a pyro, kills him. Sees the medic again, and the medic gets away. And then he's like, "All right, time to throw the sandwich to the spy." And he's like, "All right, medic, you can just get it." You know, and the scout, and it what? All right, someone took it, and it wasn't anyone of us. Probably the spy. Then he goes back, and yeah. So you take 40% less damage from all sources when you have this active. Keep in mind, you don't have to have the things fully activated. You can just press 3 and then you have 40% less damage. That's why if you look at I highly recommend look at the video called Family of Fists, where we basically pair the shotgun or the family business with the Fists of Steel. And it's incredibly good if you do it correctly. Like you switch to a minigun and then shotgun, and the Fist of Steel, and you basically turn into like this slow-moving tank that has a lot of health and it can do a lot of damage because you basically abuse the fact that the enemy team or the enemies have to reload and they can't kill you while they reload, and while they're done with doing the reloads, that's when you kill them. It's actually a strategy I haven't used in a while, but it's surprisingly effective and good and not used at all. So Rattle Wrench goes on. He's on a 9 kill streak, going out for 10 and then dies on the point, but he's giving us a good introduction in how the Fist of Steel works. Basically, you take less damage and all those sandwich throw thing. So that's the thing as a heavy, while you still can, I'm not sure, like if I were Valve, I would nerf the sandwich a lot because it's too good. Whenever you see a small health pack, turn it into a medium health pack with your sandwich always. Just always do that, helps your team, helps everybody. I mean, while it's still too good and OP, you better use it all the time. All the time, in fact. So this is going to be the Canadian Russian, also known as Commander Snowcat. That didn't count. All right, okay, that didn't count. This is for reals. All right, so he's using the gloves ring urgently, and he's running at the speed of almost engineer when he is running out there. And of course, he goes to the middle here, and he sees a demo man, kills him, and oh no, he's taking damage and he's all by himself. Oh, a scout! Shit! Well, oh, and another scout that throws the milk and then holds the bat and looks at him. That's scary. Oh, now he shoots. Well, he took him out.
Easy operation.
So I just have a sandwich, and we're now back to full health. Cool. Great. All right, so we're gonna run up to the top here, and of course, we could refill and get a sandwich at any point in time, but no. Commander Snowcat, the Canadian Russian, decided not to. He's just gonna go for the charge. Taking high ground, of course, like a heavy up here is pretty hard to deal with. Oh no, the team's capping the last. But he's trying to capture this. Good thing he didn't fill up that sandwich lower, and ooh, that was close. If he wouldn't have the sandwich, he would have died. And if he would have died, that pyro would maybe have lived. So, and he falls down gloriously, picks up this. Keep in mind, it does not refill if you are not at full health. And he kills another heavy, and he uses this to get into position. Keep in mind that it allows him to get this kill on the soldier, but then he gets stabbed by spies, because spies are kind of a pain in the ass, because they get you when you least expect it. But we see that the gloves are running urgently when you have to run places. It's better to use when you run into battle. It's not so great out of battle, because you take that additional damage. it's basically being covered in Girardi when you run it. So this is gonna be me, and I'm gonna be using this weapon right here. These gloves running urgently here on Snowy Coast, a map that I like a lot. I think it's good. It has a lot of basic stuff, and this is just one of those sad replays. So we have a medic behind us, and we're like, oh, the medic's weak. Quickly, let's throw him a sandwich. Bam! Yeah, nice. You guys see that? So it just flew past. Watch the kill feed. And then turn around and oh, our medic's a bit all over the place, huh? Well, shit. Medic died to a crit, despite us having the sandwich. And then someone else was like, yeah, maybe it should give you a crit resist too while we're at it. I mean, that sounds like a good idea to me. Do you like this boat? This jolly? This jetty? Is that what you call the boat? Oh, wait, no, we have it before. So this is actually going to be a very rare occurrence where we actually have some competitive play from Highlander. Like a whole game. Except we're not going to see the whole game. We're just going to see the relevant part here. And this is going to be DSR Taka. He's been in the show before. He's in the DSR crew. A bunch of dudes play Highlander, and they're really good. And it's like every time when I watch them play, I'm like, yes, I absolutely understand your decision. You made a good decision in doing that. Like, there's really like no mistakes that I see that they do. And the reason I just keep talking like this is because I'm fast forwarding demo 25 minutes. There we go. All right. So this is Taka. This is Highlander. I'm not sure if this is a league or a scrim or a pub or official or pug or official or whatever, but it's Highlander. It's 9v9, and they are playing against another team that's not very good. And we're gonna see that how they play. So they have a scout there, and he runs away, and then they just go and capture and see this. And there's nobody really here. And usually what happens is that they give away A for free. So then he has the spawn up in case nobody knows it's a heavy, but they usually know that because the enemy team should be more coordinated and stuff like that. And then you just run back to spawn and go with the medic. Look at this, teamwork.
Teamwork.
They're all like spy checking. Nobody's gonna get a hold of that guy. And what the fuck is that? What? He's all by himself, alone, in the front, and then he died. And then, of course, I'm not sure where the heavy is. Maybe he died. Who knows? And then they just... Oh, that was a spy. Oh, that's a spy. Well, that failed. And then we have the sniper. And then he dies. And we're just kind of capping. So yeah, this feels like a pub. Or looks like a pub, rather, where the demo man is all by himself in the front. The heavy is nowhere to be seen. And the engineer packs up and leaves. And then he throws a sandwich to teammate. Stands on the health pack while he gets healed. The demo runs in the front all by himself again and dies. And this other heavy, I'm not sure what he was doing, but he was definitely in the wrong place. Then he picks up the ammo, looks around and see what they can do, and oh, there's a sentry up there, but then he can just throw the sandwich in case the medic can hurt, because the sentry doesn't do enough damage to hurt you while you run over there unless he focus fires like a boss, which he didn't. And there's a heavy again being out of position, and then that heavy barely survives, and he's just running back here and using the Tomislav. It's pretty good. Like, either minigun or Tomislav is good, depends on your preference. I find myself switching between them a lot depending on what my other team is, or the enemy is doing. What they're dooming by dooming themselves by playing as me with what they're doing. Usually, if you finding yourself shooting at longer ranges, you use a Tomislav, and if they're generally closer, then you switch to the minigun. Is usually my rule, and it works pretty well. You can use both equally. They're not that different. It's not like the Tomislav will give you like a super huge advantage close range, but it does have that like ambushing ability, and I think it's fine. It's as strong as the minigun in certain situations. Depends on your playstyle if you shoot further away. So Tuck guys just go around fucking killing everything because the enemy team fucking sucks, and the enemy team is using the good strategy of attacking the combo one at a time, which doesn't work. Because if you do 1v9, it's going to be an 8v9, and if you just keep sacking players and then they fucking win, and it's like, yeah, send this to GPS, because this is a good example of how to fucking wreck noobs in Highlander. But you saw that, like, Tomislav is good, and Gloves Running Urgently is good when you have to relocate positioning. And one thing you saw there, he didn't really use it while retreating. He used it mostly just for going in, because you could get unlucky and get hit by a rocket or a bomb or something like that. So this is me, and this is more of a heavy tip. You've seen me do this before, and whenever I see other people do this, it makes me very, very happy. And we're going to see how to dodge snipers while shooting. So first I throw a sandwich and doesn't hit him because I didn't throw it far enough. So hopefully he will notice in time. No, I guess not. Did he get it? Hold on. Did he get the sandwich? Yes, he did. All right, good boy. Good boy. Good on you. You got it. Sweet. All right, so we're just defending here, and I think, I'm not sure, but there was a lot of people saying like there's a guy on the other team that was hacking or something, but he was good, but he wasn't like hacking good, but who knows. Like that guy over there and another dude was probably hacking, and they had a lot of spies too. So you call for spy and they look around, and then you see that guy, and we're just going around the flank here just for some fun here, and that's a pyro, and we kill him. And then we have that guy over there who was pretty good. That wasn't the hacker guy though. But I know he's there somewhere. And you see, oh, yeah, it was the her guy who was accusated. I'm not sure if he was or just good, but it's hard to tell. He was definitely giving my team a thrashing. I didn't have that much troubles with him. All right, so here's how to dodge snipers as a heavy. You crouch, look up to the side, switch, turn around, and then you throw off their aim a lot like that. And if you time it correctly, they will never be able to headshot you. I mean, you can't shoot them, but they can't shoot you either. It's like the principle of the Fists of Steel. You can't shoot anyone with the Fists of Steel, but they can't shoot you either. Well, you might get stabbed. It's still totally fine. God, my throat kind of hurts, but I wanted to do the show. I was sick of being sick. So here's what happened. First, I was at like the dance festival, and I got sick. And then I got healthy, almost. And then I went to the doctor because I hurt my knee. And then I got sick from being at the doctor because whatever was floating around in the doctor's office, I caught that. And then I was sick for like 3 days. And now I'm feeling the aftermath. There's like a lot of coughing, a lot of snot and cold and stuff. God, I hate it when people have executables in that. But this is going to be Electric Maze. And he was like, yeah, Fists of Steel's broken, right? So I'm going to use that and only that this entire demo and the sandwich. Because he's a guy who doesn't give a fuck. I mean, he's like, you know, it's like minus 20 degrees outside. That's Celsius. And, you know, flip-flops. Fucking best choice. So then he goes back, hides behind the cart, punches dudes. Keeps hiding behind the cart. Keep in mind, he does have a lot of health. 40 damage. 40% reduction. You know, that makes a bigger difference the larger the number. As a sandwich, and make sure that he makes himself susceptible to backstabs. Don't ever do that. Put your back against the wall. That's what you always should do. It's just hiding. Oh, there comes the demo. You should be wary about, you know, melee attackers because melee do twice the amount of damage. And yeah. So what I would have done to make the Fist of Steel a bit more balanced is to don't activate the resist until the fists meet, like when they do the clank, and then we have the hovering pyro, who uses the techniques and then gets stabbed because he was only looking in one direction for quite a while. And gets, oh, there's a soldier. One thing with the Fists of Steel, though, is that the soldiers still have the same self-damage. So what happens a lot, we didn't get it in this batch, but we've seen it before, is that soldiers kill themselves on you. And of course, Electric Maze being a bro and not abusing the fact that you can get faster weapon switch speed if you switch weapons to like the minigun before switching to the sandwich and the other. Because there's no timing to that. So it goes in and punches, blocks the medic from getting killed, gets heals. He's just occupying space, being a rock. Do you like being a rock? Yes, I like a rock. I want a rock. Can't stop the rock. And then he has a sandwich. Goes back and he's like, man, this is the best example of Fist of Steel if I've ever seen one. And there's that laggy pyro, and things are not looking so good. And despite having 40% damage resistance, your life eventually comes to an end, because if people just keep shooting at you, you die. So, next up is Mad Moon King, and I have dubbed him the Mad Moon King the Generous, because he's quite a generous heavy, and we will see exactly what I mean by that in this demo. So, let's get right into it, and it's on Borneo. He's not going to show us how to get up on the shack, because that joke is dumb. He's just hiding on the side there, but I'm just waiting for the gates to open. You can see he has a crown like a king, a Viking king, of course, and he's just going to use the gloves running urgently. Keep in mind that as soon as you equip him, you do take that Jarate damage, but he does kill the medic, and he has his own medic with him, and he's using this a lot. So I think in this situation, maybe Eviction Notice would have been better. I mean, Eviction Notice is a little more than half as slow than Fist of Steel. Let's see. Fist of Steel. Oh, let's see. Gloves are running urgently are 30%, and this one is 15. Yeah, so it's actually half. So it's half as good, but you don't take mini crits, so you can use it like for smaller areas, and usually it doesn't really matter all that much in clutch situation, especially when the enemy has splash attack. Then he has a sandwich, and then instead of going and refilling his sandwich, just leaves the health back there for his team, which is admirable, I have to say. And he sees that the sandwich is gone. He's not going to bother. He sees the medic in the front. And Mad Moon King. He's like, well, I have lost some health, but my sandwich is almost ready, so I guess I'll just... He grabs the health back and leaves the sandwich. That's an interesting choice. Fine, and then they can go and... Okay, took a crit, and... Yeah. So the good thing about the gloves running urgently is that if you have very little health, there's no point in not using it when running away, because you're going to die anyway. Like, if you have 2 health left, anything in the game does more than 2 damage. I think the lowest amount of damage anything does is 2. I'm not sure if there's anything that does 1. Maybe like the scout push or something like that. But I mean any kind of projectiles. So this is Mad Moon King, and he's going to showing us some crazy heavy strats here. Of course, he's just standing on top of the roof here. Of course, he could just be revved up and waiting for people to walk into him, but he's too busy for that. That's a strong point of Tomislav on defense. And of course, he uses the gloves running urgently to reposition himself at almost the speed of Engineer. And then he goes and takes his high ground, and he becomes a makeshift sentry. And of course, there's an Engineer that he kills, and he picks up the ammo just to make sure he wasn't a dead ringer spy. And he got his ammo back, and yes, that's not a spy, so you don't have to waste time looking for that anymore. So he's going to stay up here, and this is some 6-star. Look at this!
Teamwork.
Okay, so we have a pyro in the corner, and then we have this dude. Okay, so he has a sandwich, and he eats it. He's almost at full health. Didn't, but hey. Ah, the heavy bait! Oh, the strategies. So whenever the people go on the cart, they will see the heavy on the high ground and look up. And then the pyro friend. Look at this. He works, man. Fucking baited pyro. Fresh, new, interesting. That's a good way of doing it.
Teamwork.
I like when that happens. So, I mean, it doesn't take that much of teamwork either. Like, it's just a bit of a patience and just be aware of your surroundings. Oh, fuck, that's a heavy. Thankfully, our faster switch speed saved us from being killed by that heavy. And then we're going to have a little snack here until we go around. The side, and then kills dudes. He gets up on the roof and gets a medic in midair. That's pretty cool. And then he gets sniped. But he used the groove for running around. He healed himself with the sandwich, and then he did some cool things with a pyro friend, which is pretty cool. So, moving on, we're gonna go on to the next one, a guy who is here quite often. It's one of the moderators and submitters for the last, I don't know, for a while. It's Amadeus, and he's gonna be playing on Borneo as well. Starting off by throwing sandwiches and getting off with an Uber right away. And you should not have configs enabled while you're recording, you big dumb. Because there's not all demos I'm able to purge. Alright, so he's with his friend Rattle Wrench. They're just on the cart here, being cart buddies. And also DSR Gold Diggers here as well, so I'm guessing they have a little stack going, which is cheating and casual. If you're playing with a friend, you win most of the time. And then he tracks this guy, and there's a jumping guy. Kills him too. Tries to throw it through the medic, and he sees that the medic is low on health, and he's going to throw it, and the medic gets it. Yep, so all that time they spent doing damage to the medic negated by me or the heavy just throwing shit at him. Being very weak on health, but having double medic makes you able to do a lot of damage. Look at this. He is just tearing through everything, and there goes the sentry, and there goes the sniper, and there goes the soldier, and well, I guess you have to push the cart. Not only does Amadeus have to kill everything by himself in front, he also has to push the cart, but that's fine. They got a nice death ball going on. There's not going to be much going to be able to stop this. And then he goes and eats, gives himself ups, gives the medic some time to heal teammates. Keep in mind, if you're a medic and your friendly heavy is eating a sandwich, heal the others, because he is going to be healing to 300 regardless. And then, of course, still moving forward, there's a lot of dudes there, but they don't really commit all that much, and he's very low on health. And there goes the Uber pop, and of course using the gloves running urgently to get around there and get the sentry and everything, and this is kind of unstoppable. But the thing is, if you just shoot enough at the guys shooting at you, they might die at some point in time. Just keep doing that. You might get a lucky crit. So, moving on, we're going to have another one from Amadeus, and this one is just titled Tank, and I completely forgot what that was about, but we'll see. Oh yeah, right. He's basically a tank. So there we go. As Amadeus running up with this nice little hard hat, and then he's just gonna be absorbing a bunch of damage. So, punches the heavy, and then jumps back, punches the sniper. You gotta be careful about melee attacks though. They kill you really fast, like a Girardi Bushwhacker does so much damage. So he's just staying here. He's not really doing anything except just taking damage and just occupying space. And I guess the snipers and spies will try to shoot you, and that makes your teammates safer to move in as well. Unless you go run in front of the heavy and then you die. And then they decide, well, enough of that. Let's just go around them with an Uber and fucking destroy everything. Taunting heavy is not going to save the day. Get the dispenser pick. That's good. You can move in now. The enemy does not have that dispenser anymore, and go on the cart. Things are good. Things are great. Shooting everything around you. There's nothing that can really stop this except the sniper headshot. Well, it stopped you, but not the cart. And there you go. So basically, where you should use what the people are saying in the chat. Like if you're attacking and you have to run a certain amount of distances and you have to get there really fast, because sometimes getting there faster doesn't actually matter, because the game was originally designed where the heavy couldn't run fast. So if you just keep playing at the intended speed, you will get like this respawn wave where it makes sense for you to arrive late instead of fast. If you arrive fast, you might die faster too. Just keep that in mind. But basically, use the gloves running urgently when you mostly have to move around a lot, and use the fists of steel when you're defending and you're retreating small distances. So this is going to be Big Casper, and he's going to get a kill here only because he had the Gru. If he would have used any other unlock, he would not have been able to get the kill on that soldier. And we're going to see if it actually cost him the downside, which is to take mini crits. There he is. He's running pretty quickly. Picks that up and keeps running, and then he switched. So he's getting a bit of a speed here, and then he goes into the mini mode, and there is the soldier. And then the soldier dies, and look at that. Big Casper didn't take any damage because nobody shot at him. However, he was able to utilize the speed boost that the gloves provide without any cost to his own health. As we've seen with soldiers and demo man that gain a big speed boost, or originally a lot of slower characters, they would have had to sacrifice some health to get there faster. However, even if people were shooting at them or not. So I don't think having this passive mini crit thing is a good idea, because you're able to utilize, you completely negate that with just better positioning, and then he dies to a crit. But that's like the main problem with the gloves running urgently, is that you gain, the same with the eviction notice too, like you gain more speed at the cost of nothing unless someone's there. But if you're using that, you're most likely dead and you're at the back anyway, so why the fuck does it matter? So that was a good example of some, that's what I would call overpowered, because the downside didn't happen. And that's the whole thing about TF2 and mobility. Like, TF2 is a game about mobility and moving around and stuff. And if you can move around at seemingly no cost, and the downside is the enemy punishing you, and they don't, well, then sure. So this is a game of Gorge, and this is me. And the enemy team has a fuck ton of spies. So they have a lot. And I've been stabbed a lot. And I'm like, that's spy, and kill, that's a spy. Is there any more spies? Is that a spy? Yes, that's a spy. Okay, killed 3 spies. Are there any more? They probably have more. They have lots more. Their entire team is spies, maybe. No, maybe not. So I'm just like super cautious. And that's what you can do as a heavy. Just check your back a lot. And if you're playing with clueless players, it's going to be a lot harder, because clueless players and spies act exactly the same. You're going to be spending a lot of downtime shooting at teammates that don't shoot back because they don't know the TF2 handshake. The TF2 handshake is like, hello, how are you? And you answer, oh, I'm fine, how are you? And you shoot at each other. If you don't die, you're friends. That's how you do it. So yeah, we meet another dude there, and there's really not a whole lot stopping us, and we're like, well, fine, at any point in time, you can just attack, go down the point, stay there and shoot. There's a mini sentry in the corner, medic took some damage from that, kill the scout, and look around for this fucking spy, because, yeah. The paranoia is what got me. If I would just focus on the soldier, I might not have died, because in that game, I died so much to the spies. Like, whenever I was busy with something, I fucking got stabbed. So that's how you negate that. You allow the guy you're originally shooting at you to do more damage to yourself in order to check for spies. Sometimes they're there, and sometimes they're not. With over 9,000 hours in the game, I have a pretty good like spy radar for when they come. But you shouldn't spy check unless you've been stabbed by a spy. After you've been stabbed once, you should look out for spies. So this is going to be Palex, and he's going to be having trouble similar to me, except there's so many spies on the other team. So he's killed one. There's an engineer. He's just, you know, doing the damage. And yeah, is that a spy? Yep, it's a spy. Do we have any more? Oh, that's a spy. Yep, more spies. There's spies everywhere. Is that a, yep, that's a spy. Killing him too. And do we have any more spies? Any more? No. Oh, there's one more. Okay, enough. We kill. Oh fuck! Snipers! God damn! We just killed all the spies, and now there's snipers. Oh. And if you're heavy, like god damn, this sniper keeps killing me over and over. What do I do? And the answer is, you don't do anything. You keep getting killed by that sniper because he's a counter to you. If snipers are a problem and keeps picking you off all the time as a heavy, which like I like to do that when I play snipers. If I say heavy, like, oh, look at this slow fat fuck. You can try the trick that I do, like look up in the sky, but that won't save you forever. So just having better positioning and not stand in the open where the sniper usually is at is the good idea to do there. So heavy is about like, I would say like 30% aim, and the rest is the heavy is 30% aim and 90% positioning, because in Russia we don't care about percentages. So this is Rose doing a bit of damage here with Mr. Cuddles. Cutest minigun you'll ever see. And like 6 health? Yeah, that's more than one. Sure, we can keep shooting. Oh, we're out of ammo. Fine, I'll just try and punch. Oh, fine, we got ammo. Cool. We have a sandwich, and we're not going to utilize the quicker speed because we didn't need it. So, in order to, in the tangent of sniping, see that demo man? He's dead. That's why doing chip damage is important, because if they have 2 health or less, you kill them in 1 bullet, and you're basically a sniper, and it feels good. He most likely would have thought it was like a spy or something, but it was a demo for reals. So, just snipe back. And also crouching works too, when dealing with enemy snipers as a heavy. Just keep in mind that they are your counter, and you should not feel bad for getting killed by them. It's like the same thing if you keep getting stabbed by spies over and over. You should, as a heavy, you should not feel bad because they're kind of there to get you, because you have the fattest back in the entire game. And Rose there goes in and runs into an uber heavy and should really switch to Fist of Steel a bit late there, but dies anyway because not enough resistance. So I don't think it would have mattered, but we got a good idea of that you can do some nice snooping with heavy as well. Cool, great. Next up is gonna be the Gibbous NG, and he's gonna be the Gruslav, which is basically the Gru and the Tomislav here on Borneo. We haven't seen this map before, have we? Yes, we have. This is Borneo. We've been here quite a few times today, I think, at least more than once. And he just goes in and attacks at any point in time all by himself. So he's up 2 kills, I think, 3. And then he goes, oh, heavy medic combo? Fucking no problem. I'll kill the heavy, and then I'll kill the medic. Is there anyone else? Fine. Oh, I just killed everyone. Ah, I killed the spy that tried to get me too. So, Gibbous NG kills everyone, and then he has to push the cart. Welcome to TF2, where you have to do everything yourself because your team's busy playing grab ass back in the base. And then he goes forward, and he gets killed by a random crit, but that's fine. I mean, he got the kills, got the cap. That's all that matters. You shouldn't be too cowardly, as opposed to the guy that sent me a demo. I'm not going to show that. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but the guy who's admitted probably is like, I wonder if he's going to show you the demo. If I'm going to show a demo of you spending 14 minutes in the ducts in turbine, not attacking and doing the objective at all ever, you're sadly mistaken with your 2 pocket medics with crits. I'm not going to show that. It's stupid. Right. So, this is going to be the finale. This is Toxange, and he is going to be playing, and the title is He Makes a Friend. This is him, by the way, a very dashing-looking heavy, so he's going to go in and use the Tomislav, get the random crit. Very happy. Bit of a headbutt, or head bob. Headbang. Cool, yeah, any more word for that. And then he throws a sandwich to his friend, but he didn't notice. Maybe they should add a heavy line that says, catch my sandwich! He's like, yeah, you want a sandwich? Well, I guess you don't need it. So he goes forward, shoots a bunch of dudes. Oh yeah, I got a cap, fine, have the sandwich. I don't need it. He has heals and stuff like that. And he catches some dudes off guard. You should probably finish off the soldier first, but does anyway because the soldier's kind of weak. It's gonna move forward. Oh, there's the enemy heavy. Killing that. And killing. Yep, there we go. Random crits, and he has a full Uber as well. He's telling the medic to charge at any point in time, but the medic is busy charging the sniper with. Well, there we go. All right, cool. That was just a minor mishap. Let's kill that heavy. There we go, taking him out.
Easy operation. Easy operation. Easy operation.
So we got a lot of kills, and yeah, he's doing all right. And then use the gloves running urgently to get to where he wants to be faster. And then he hides under here in case anyone goes down. And he's like, all right, no. And he sees another heavy, and he's like, fuck, shit. All right, gonna go over here, punch the spy. All right, let's go and have a sandwich. So he's gonna hide in the corner. Oh shit! Oh wait. Okay, we're doing the ritual. Friend. No. Friend. Yes. Okay, friend. All right, we're friends. Yeah, let's have a bit of a dance. All right, so you made a peace pact with this heavy. That's how you do it. It doesn't always work, but if you want to be friends, you just crouch and you nod, and then he's gonna go and murder the rest of his team. Essentially is what happens. We're gonna have another sandwich here, and what does he do? Oh, he doesn't have to wait for a recharge. He's gonna use the speed and gain his sandwich back. And there's the sniper shooting the friend. There's a spy checking that sentry. He's gonna have the sandwich once again. Just keep in mind. No, that's not an enemy spy. Keep in mind, spies disguised as heavies or soldiers that are enemy spies disguised as friendly spies disguised as soldiers or heavies will run at normal speed. And then he goes and kills the medic. And then he goes and kills Sniper, and he's like, all right, after all that, I guess I'll have to go push the cart too, which seems to be like the common thing here. We go and kill all the dudes, and then we have to push the cart. So then he runs in, and he meets the heavy, and he's like, oh, no, we have a truce. Oh, no, we're friends. No. All right. And then he lets him live, because he made a friend. Friendly heavies. That aren't useless. I mean, they just made a pact with each other to not kill. Shots here, just looking around, do some crouching. Oh, there's a heavy again. Oh yeah, fine. Okay, so you can duel with the Gru. Oh no, we killed your medic friend. You can't be friends now. You killed your medic friend. Punch him. Kill him. Get him. You get the health back. Where is he? Where'd he go? There he is. Fucking the epic chase. Punch him. Yes. Friendship over. All right, we can go back to killing each other now, normally. After that vicious attack. And now he has no mercy for that heavy friend. No more. He was betrayed, and now we won. Top fragging. And there you go. That's the episode. Boom. All right, so that was the OP heavy. Hope you understood the reason why it's OP. Let's just review that real quick at the end here, so we're sure we're all on the same page. So the reason the Fist of Steels are OP is because the downside of slower holstering speed can be negated by just pushing buttons or using the mouse wheels to change weapons faster. And for the gloves are running urgently, their downside can be negated if no one's around. And that's a whole problem with like speed in TF2. Normally they sacrifice it with health, which they did in the beginning, but that wasn't enough. So there's different ways you can do this. You could either add a passive that's only active when you're using it, or you can be like a piece of shit and like do what I want to suggest, and that is either make it so that whenever you punch, you run faster and you lose some health or something, or you just lower the total health of the heavy. So you become more mobile, but you have less health overall, even when you're not using the weapon, because allowing like you moving faster is very crucial to balance. I'm a bit sick, so my brain isn't working properly. But basically what I mean is that the downside of being able to move faster whenever you want at no cost should be present with you all the time. If you are a soldier, per se, and you rocket jump once, and you don't pick up any health, your health is going to stay the same when you reach your destination, right? That's balance, because I sacrificed some of my health, and now I have mobility advantage. However, as a heavy, with this thing, oh yeah, nobody was around, so I guess it didn't matter. So it was better than the fists. Not the Fist of Steel. And the sandwich, it heals too much. I would like it to only heal 300. and not be able to like turn small health packs into medium health packs. I mean, you can be a bitch and turn huge health packs into medium health pack too if you really want to. I mean, you can do that in the enemy base and deny them heals. That's how good it is. As for the weapons, it's not like these two are overpowered. It's just like that one sucks and this one sucks and this one sucks even more. Because they aren't really good at what they're supposed to do. But hopefully you got a good idea of that. Heavy is, of course, like I said, 30% aim and 90% positioning. All right, so what are we going to do next week? Well, we have maybe some more OP stuff we want to do, but there is something I haven't touched at all. And if you're free to play, this sucks for you. Next week, we're going to do a bit of a different one. It's going to be the first ever competitive episode. And here's the rule, right? You can be any rank or whatever. Play whatever, use whatever. Here's the rule. You have to record the entire match, and you may only solo queue. You are not allowed to team up with any friends, because I want to see almost a year after Meet Your Match. I said it was going to suck for a year, maybe more, when it first came out, and it still sucks. And everyone in chat's like, fucking, I hate competitive. You just have to play one, like, you have to record the first game and send me your first game. You're not allowed to be like, I'm going to try like 10 games and I'm going to send him the best one. No, send me the first one, like the first impression you have, even if you haven't played before and you're able to do it. Just go in, record one game from start to finish, like there's no one life, the entire thing, and send that to me, and we will live in this misery together for quite some time. But it has to be after this episode. It can't be something you already have. I mean, I won't know if you send me, but that's the rule. Do it. All right, so you know the mission for next episode. See ya.